everybody? My name is Justin, and this is the Daily Drop Live. So, what I'm going to be doing is every week on Fridays, now that I have access to this feature, I'm going to be just on here, just me, real, interacting with people as they come in. I typically put out a video around this time, so I thought, why not jump on a live video and be able to connect with people and let them listen and question kind of my process so far. What we're going to do today is just really kind of recap October. So first and foremost, my name is Justin. If this is the first time that you're seeing me on video at all, I'm on a mission to lose 100 pounds, and I'm looking to do that by next August. I recently had a family vacation, and I wasn't able to do some of the experiences that I wanted to do with my family because I was too big. That's really what it came down to. So after that point, I decided, and that's not the first time that's happened. I've had that happen before on family vacations, but this was the first time I was like, you know what? My kids are getting to an age where they're going to want to do things. They're going to want to have fun. They're going to want to do experiences. And I thought, now's my time. I'm not 40 yet. I'm 38. So I got a couple years. And in 2 years' time, I could be in a position where I'm in the best shape of my life, but I've got to make it a priority. And up till now, I have not done that. I've kind of always just gone with the flow and waited to see how things went. So over the years, I've tried multiple different diets. I did try Wegovy for a very short period of time. I don't like being on medications if I don't have to. Up to this point, I'm pretty healthy outside of my weight. I have labs drawn every year. I'm like pre-diabetic. I'm like right on that like 5.6 range for my glucose test. And really it's time to make a change. I could be really bad in a couple of years if I really wanted to, or if I let myself. But my kids are starting to pick up experiences and sports, and I really want to be part of that. At the very least, I want to be there to support them, and I don't want them to constantly have to worry about, why doesn't dad come, or why doesn't dad do stuff. So that was really a lot of the big drive for it. The reason for today's live, this is my Fat Loss Friday. So I'm going to go over where I currently am. We're going to look at the month. We're going to see how things went and really just kind of dig into and self-reflect for me what October did. So let's start off with today's weight. I am 338.4. So from last Friday, I'm up 1.1 pound. That said, for the month of October, I started at 345. I'm at 338, so about 6.5 pound drop. September was a 9 pound drop, so October is a 6.5 pound drop. So total, we're about 15.5, which in 2 months, that's not bad. And that's purely from just changing eating habits. And next month, so starting tomorrow, I'm going to be starting to do more exercise and videotape those or record those. Very short snippets of those. That way you can see, hey, this is my check-in for the day. I'm doing my workout. So that's the whole of today. That's a lot of, that's where we started, where we are now. So now I want to reflect a little bit more on the month. So when I started this month at 345, a lot of that weight loss was due to fasting. So I fasted for 4 days, purely on water fast. So I did Monday through Thursday, only drinking water. And then Friday, I went back to eating a little bit more, started with like bone broths and stuff like that. The problem there is I lost 12 pounds in September and then put back on about 6 of that. So about half of the weight I put back on after fasting. So coming into October, I was like, hey, I really want to lose more weight without having to starve for 4 days. Wanted to figure out how to do it. So in the beginning, it was just more of like changing things in and out, eating one meal a day, eating lunch just every day, really kind of playing around with when I should eat to figure out how to lose weight. And the downside of that was when I did eat, I ate such a high volume that the next morning I just felt miserable. So then over the past couple of weeks, my wife has started to join this journey and saw that I'm losing weight by just sticking to what I say I'm going to do and using these videos as part of my daily discipline. And she wanted to try to figure out like, hey, how do I do this as well? So we looked at a couple different diet options. I opted for carnivore about 2.5 weeks ago. She opted for more of like a Mediterranean, so a more balanced style meal plan. And that seems to have helped both of us. I enjoy eating meat. Like, I am perfectly happy eating steak and eggs and bacon. Like, I don't have any problem with that. I could eat that every day. Her, on the other hand, she likes a little bit more balance. She likes to know that she's getting fruits and veggies and carbs and meat, which is perfectly fine. And for her, that's probably great. Like, she needs a little bit more balance on that side of things. My problem is not. I can eat vegetables. I can eat salad. I can eat proteins. Not a big fruit fan. There's very few fruits that I actually like, and pineapple's one of them, and it's not the greatest for you. So typically don't eat a lot of fruit. But veggie wise, like, I enjoy green beans and corn, which corn is one of those ones that's kind of iffy. Peas I like, and those are probably about carrots. Carrots, I like carrots too. So, like, I enjoy eating vegetables when they go with the meal. Like, I don't have a problem with it, but it's not something that I'm gonna inherently go out and get like raw vegetables and snack on those during the day. Like, that's not something I'm gonna do. Now, I like crunchy things, so you would think that carrots, like raw carrots, would be great. I don't like them. Cooked carrots, I'm fine with. Raw carrots, no thank you. So typically, I have to find some kind of protein source that I can snack on, because if not, I will snack on anything crunchy in the house, and it doesn't matter if it's bad or good. So pork rinds have been a really big go-to for me. You can eat a ton of them for pretty low calories, and they're good in protein. 9 grams, I think, is typically a serving size. So that's pretty big for me, having the opportunity to still have snacks, yeah, that are crunchy and salty, but not having a huge load of carbs, because that's always been a problem. Um, so carnivore for me has helped a ton from that standpoint of just being able to eat a certain way and not have to think. Like, I don't have the thinking, like the food thoughts all day. Like, oh, I'm hungry, I'm gonna go snack on this. If I do, I typically go get my snack, which is the pork rinds, and eat those. Or occasionally I'll have like beef jerky in the fridge. I'll go get beef jerky. If I'm really kind of at a point where I don't really have many options, cheese is fine. Like, I can do those things. Cheese isn't technically on carnivore, but like, I kind of modify some of that to help, with some of that as well, because I don't want to eat the wrong thing. I don't want to eat the bad stuff, and it's easier for me to say, "Hey, I'm going to have cheese" versus something else. So that's helped a ton. The downside of carnivore for me is it gave me a lot of GI issues. And I think that's why my weight was down so far last week, because I was pretty much having GI issues. And if you don't know what I mean by GI issues, feel free to ask in the comments. But for a whole week, it was just GI issue after GI issue. And my stomach felt like it felt okay. It just wasn't holding on to anything, which I think helped with my weight being lower. This week, I've eaten a little bit more steady. I haven't had as many GI issues, and I'm still only up a pound from last week. So, considering the difference in weeks that I had, like stomach issues versus not stomach issues, I'll take a pound up, but I'm still 6 pounds down on the month. So, and now I'm fighting I think it's a sinus infection or something. So it's like there's always something that I have to kind of think about, and I want to keep pushing forward, but sometimes it's hard. Like, carnivore works for me, it may not work for somebody else that's watching this. Mediterranean works for my wife, it wouldn't work for me. I don't like all that stuff. So that's typically been the other problem when we do try to diet, is finding foods that we actually enjoy eating or like to eat, and aren't forcing ourselves to just kind of like shove something down our throat to get through food. Um, but that's always been a problem. And then my other problem has always been volume of eating. If we go out and eat, like if I went to Texas Roadhouse 2 months ago before I started this, I would have no problem eating all of the biscuits or the rolls on the table that came. I'd give everybody one, and then when the next bout came, if nobody wanted them, I'd have no problem eating those. So trying to stay away from Texas Roadhouse, Mexican food, places that give you free carbs, I'm really trying to stay away from, because I just don't have the control yet to be like, oh yeah, I don't want that. Because I sit down and I'm like, I'm hungry, I'm at a place to eat, and I'm socializing, and I want to eat while we're talking. Uh, I've also cut out sweet tea, which is very hard. I really like sweet tea. I've always liked sweet tea. Um, I can drink regular tea. I grew up on sun brewed tea, and really liked that too. So that's my go-to drink outside of soda. And when I drink soda, it's only diet stuff. I'm not a big fan of taking on a whole bunch of calories in drinking. Sweet tea was always kind of that like, it's okay, I can do it. And I mean, like, just cutting out some of the stuff that I don't need has been a big help. We go to breakfast every Saturday at the same place. And instead of getting the skillet, which is potatoes, gravy, biscuits, bacon, eggs, cheese, I've switched to just the omelet, and it comes with chicken and turkey. like, like those changes will help me in the long run, but it's hard to build that habit if you've never really thought about like having to build that habit. So it's been definitely an experience this month. Next month, so November, starting tomorrow, I think what I'm going to do is actually start a 100 kettlebell swing challenge. I know that's a lot, and my body's probably going to yell at me for that, but I think it's something I need to do. I've also been trying to follow more like trainer based people on TikTok or Instagram just to kind of start seeing some of those workouts and having my for you page essentially show me more things that I'm looking to do. I saw one just this morning where it was this guy just doing an arm workout, and there's no weights involved. It's not a lot of high intensity stuff. He's literally just moving his arms, trying to like get the activity done. So it's like those are things that I think about of, maybe I should start small, but I've never done anything small. Anytime I go for something, I go big. And I feel like the kettlebell swings, like my body's going to be sore, but it'll be interesting to see if I can start it on day one, so tomorrow, and I can do it through November and do it every day. It'd be interesting to see at the end of the month when I do the live how much different I feel. Because that would pack on some muscle, and it is higher intensity. I mean, because like I would probably do like 4 rounds of 25, trying to get through it, and take maybe a minute rest. But that's gonna get your heart rate up pretty quick. Kettlebell swings are not. I mean, that's a full body workout between legs and arms and back and butt. Like you're gonna move that muscle, and that muscle's gonna need oxygen, so it's gonna move the blood through. So your heart's gonna get pumping. But it'd be interesting to see what happens at the end of November if I were to really want to. It's a matter of, okay, can I do this? Can I commit to it? What I've found is the only way for me to commit to this is to put more videos out. So the daily drop is my daily check-in of, hey, here's what I did yesterday, or here's how I'm feeling. I'd like to start weighing myself daily again just so that I can have more to talk about on the daily drop, because I feel like when you're trying to lose weight, that scale going up and down throughout the week is the killer. It can absolutely kill your motivation when you don't feel like you've eaten that much, but your weight goes up 2 pounds. And I think there's a lot of people that struggle with that. I think there's people that, they see that weight go up 2 pounds and they are like, I ate 3 things yesterday. They're done with that weight loss process. Like they're going to give up. But I think something that's important too is to think about is when we step on the scale, it's just a number. It's a data point. Hey, here's my data point for today. Okay, here's my data point for tomorrow. Here's my data point for next week. Like thinking through like how those affect the overall and really focusing on grand scheme. So I had a lot of people tell me, hey, you shouldn't weigh daily, weigh weekly, and then look at the average or something like that. And that's fine too. Like that's worked for me. I don't mind not weighing every day because I know mentally I will see those spikes and peaks and I will get frustrated or I'll be excited and then the next day it's the opposite. So I'm really trying to kind of narrow down those peaks and valleys. And the way that I've found so far is to just check weekly, check on a Friday, come here and say, hey, here's what my weekly down is. Obviously, this week I'm up because of last week, but I'm down for the month. Like that's the positive there. Is like I'm moving in the right direction. 15 pounds, 2 months, that's 7.5 pounds per month. That's not a bad spot to be in. I mean, that's averaging like what is it, 1.25 pounds per, no. It's like 1.7 pounds per week, essentially. 3.4 or 6, yeah. So, I mean, that's not a bad place to be. I mean, when you're looking at weight loss, they recommend anywhere between 0.5 pound to 2 pounds per week. So if you're in that spectrum anywhere, you're doing the right things. Then you just have to keep it up. So coming back to the consistency pieces, if I'm going to do a workout based focus thing, I need to be able to post something saying, hey, I did my piece. Here's what I did. Here's how long it took me, that type of stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to do is I'll have my daily drop in the morning, and then I'll have my workout with me in the afternoon where I just do kettlebell swings. I mean, it's not going to be anything fancy. It should only take me a couple minutes. If I'm quick at it, even if I broke it up into 50 and 50, still going to be sore. But what I'd like to do is get to a point where I can kind of time myself. Hey, it took me, 10 minutes to get through 100 on day one, but it only took me 3 minutes to get through 100 on day 30. And then the other thing I've thought about too is, hey, what if I start this kettlebell challenge today and I go until the end of the year? That's 60 some days of kettlebell swings daily. That's like 6,000 kettlebell swings. Um, that's huge. Like I've never done that. I don't know many people that would do that in a time period, and it's probably not good for me. Excuse me. But at the same time, like I've got to do something. And I've found that if I go and do big heavy lifting workouts or even lightweight lifting workouts, like just the kettlebell stuff that I did 2 weeks ago, like I'm still feeling that. So my body is at a point where it's struggling to do the activities probably because of my weight, but it's also because I haven't done it in a while. So I need to start building up some kind of daily movement process so that when I check in, I can tell you, hey, here's what it took, here's how long it took me to do it, and then I can track that data point. I like data. I like being able to see it. That's what sucks about weighing daily is you do see that ups and downs and ups and downs. You're like, now the data that I have says that I only ate 1,800 calories, so I should have lost. If my total energy expenditure is 3,000, I should have lost half a pound a day. And you get on the scale, it's 2 pounds up. You're like, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And a lot of that comes down to water weight, salt. There's a lot of other factors that are involved. So, yeah, this whole thing is just a process. It's a process trying to figure out what works for me. Anybody else that's watching this that one day is like, hey, I'm going to follow what Justin did. They have a completely different outcome because maybe they're doing something that's not good for their body or that they don't understand or they don't have the motivation to do. Like not everybody's going to put a video out every day. And I'm gonna continue to do my Monday through Fridays. Based off the data, I'm gonna drop the Saturdays because it's just people are busy. People are busy. I don't need to do that. But yeah, I think doing a weekly live on Fridays to give everybody an update and then posting that for people to view will be a good way for me to get more, just more consistency with it, but also gives me a chance to interact with people if they do find me. So that's going to be it for today. We're about 18 minutes in. That's a lot longer than what I thought I would do. I thought I would do a couple minutes and be done. But yeah, overall for the month of October, I feel good. Down 6.5 pounds. Overall down 15 plus. So we're on the right track. We've got, 84.5 pounds left to go. And we've got 10 months left. So I need to average around 8 pounds a month to really get there, but we're on the right path. We're doing the things we need to. We've put the diet stuff in place, and there may be diet changes down the road. We're going to start exercising more and posting that. And then eventually what I'd like to do is be able to prep my whole day's meals and say, okay, hey, here's my meals for the day. Here's how many calories it is. Here's my workout. Here's how much I burn. And then just really get this into a very automated function because I need it to be a daily thing that I don't really have to think about. I just do. The videos are getting to that point. It's like, okay, 9 o'clock, I got to do my video. Let's go. So I want to just say thank you to anybody that ends up watching this or watches future lives or has watched my videos in the past. I greatly appreciate it. It's something that I didn't expect to happen. I knew that I was putting these out on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, but it was more so for me to just get in the rhythm of making a video and then sharing that to multiple places and then seeing what happened. I would like to get to a point where maybe this is big enough that, I could work with food people like the prep meals or workout people that want to try workouts and help me lose weight, like, and then share reviews of those, honest reviews, to help other people find out what works for them. But that's kind of my goal with this, is really just more the consistency and then see what happens from there. But again, I just want to say thank you to anybody that does see this or has supported me up to this point. I love seeing the same names in my comments. So we'll call it a end for today. I don't know how to end a live. I've never ended a live before. But I hope you guys have a great Halloween, and I will see you on Monday's video.